anyone out there listening to this, and especially parents, I would encourage you to read your newspapers and to maybe, whether it's online or the actual wooden newspaper made of paper, and to once a week look for a story on human sexuality. It could be on the front page, it could be in the business section, it might be in the sports section of the newspaper, but to simply at the breakfast table, hopefully on a weekend day where there's lots of time and everybody's very relaxed, and of course hopefully the children are sitting at the table, and to simply say, would you listen to this, and then read that article and lean back in your chair and say, and what do you think of that? And then just be quiet, because the important thing isn't pounding doctrine into anyone's head that these are the right thoughts about gender or orientation or behaviors or any of the rest of it. The important thing for all of us, I think, is to have the conversation, because we know from research that when people are social enough to talk together, they get smarter. And for the children, even, as young as 6 years old, 8 years old, for them to hear mother or father talk about sexuality at the breakfast table on the weekend, it communicates that, oh, this is an acceptable topic of conversation, and that, oh, we can talk about this openly and comfortably, and we can think about it and listen to each other, share our thoughts, whatever they are. It might be someone like a letter to an advice columnist. I mean, those are always good for one of these kinds of issues. It might be a critical review of a rather racy movie or book. It could be really just about any part of the newspaper is going to have something like this. And if you did that once a week, that would be 52 times in a year. And if you had an 8-year-old with you in your home for another 10 years, that would be 500 conversations about sexuality. I think that's going to be a different 18-year-old than the 18-year-old who doesn't ever discuss sexuality. And in terms of a romance or a relationship with a significant other, I think the same thing is true, that it has to be important for us to discuss. And sexuality is the well that never runs dry. There is always a new wrinkle to the conversation. There's always something more to be learned. So reading the news back and forth to each other, I think is going to help all of us get more relaxed, or technically speaking, desensitized to the notion of conversation about sexuality.